And you niggas are so dumb. You niggas are so dumb. Y'all dig up dirt on each other. Y'all sit back and spend y'all's time bickering and arguing with one another. But the ones who have completely decimated and destroyed your fucking community, y'all can't spend one fucking video moment digging up dirt, exposing, doing not a goddamn thing. Because y'all fucking cowards. You niggas. See, I keep trying to tell y'all, black men are dumb. These niggas are dumb. And look, y'all, it is what it is, man. Because these fucking savages would opt to bicker and fuss with other black men, spend their time making YouTube videos, quote unquote, exposing other black men, going online and digging up dirt, looking into the past, of other black men's, criminal history or credit history. I mean, the nigga spends his time doing this shit to other black men. And then the fucking savage will sit there in a fucking video and regurgitate this shit as if he discovered something. Because the monkey is so dumb, he actually believes that if you got arrested in 1984, that has some bearing in 2021 on what you're saying in a fucking YouTube video. I mean, this is how dumb these niggas are. And I told these fucking savages, man, I talked to these monkeys until I'm fucking blue in the face. And I told these fucking niggas, listen, man, another practice that you niggas need to cut out. If you niggas are gonna dig up dirt or the past of somebody and what they done, and as I told y'all, the only way that what you done in the past has any bearing is if you're still doing it in the present. If you're still doing it in the present. If it was the past, it's the past. That's called life, man. We make mistakes. We do shit that if we look back on it and be like, you know what, if I had that all over to do again, I would have done that. That's what you call life. But the nigga is so dumb. He thinks that if I can find out that you were arrested in 1975 for assault, or you shoplift a candy bar, whatever it is, the nigga thinks that has something that has a bearing on what you're saying in 2021. And I told y'all this is what the nigga does. It's the same thing the pro-black does with white supremacy. The pro-black will go out and find a black person that he doesn't like, and he will set him right beside white supremacy. And then he'll spend his time attacking that person. And people looking on from a distance think, man, he's really going in on white supremacy. No, he ain't laid a glove on white supremacy. He's talking about that brother who he said is a representation of white supremacy. That's what these niggas do. That's the game plan they run. It's the same thing they did with the preacher. Instead of addressing the fucking black preacher, they address niggas who they say are like preachers. I keep trying to tell y'all, man, I don't know what you niggas want from me. These fucking savages in your community has decimated it. That fucking white liberal has put out policies supported by the black church, supported by the black bitch, that has destroyed your black family. And without a black family, you don't have a black community. And this is the reason why you go into any black community, so-called black community across this country, they all look the same. Why? Because the hub of that community has been destroyed by who? That fucking white liberal, the Democratic Party, the black pastor, and the black bitch. But you dumb fucking savages. God damn, you niggas are dumb. God damn, you monkeys are dumb, man. You try to explain this to these fucking savages. You sit back and you show them books. Read this. Study this. Look at this. And the fucking savage will discredit it and continue on doing the dumb shit. It's like talking to a fucking brick wall. You niggas are dumb. You niggas are dumb. And now you got this nigga running out who has become the buffer Negro who defends who? The one who's destroyed his community. Hey, you, nigga. God damn, these niggas are dumb. It's the same shit that I tell these fucking savages about these bitches on the internet who make all this toxic content about black men, but yet somehow these fucking savages think they're excluded. And I have to tell the nigga, no, nigga, she's talking about you too. She's talking about you too, monkey. The nigga is dumb. I keep telling y'all this, man. Listen. I keep telling y'all this black male is a fucking idiot. And the people in his community, i.e. the fucking white liberal, that fucking black preacher, the black bitch who supports him, the fucking Democratic Party, you niggas can't dig up no dirt on them. None. None. This is the reason why you niggas look dumb. You niggas look stupid. While you sit there and spend your goddamn time fussing with other black men, your bitch is selling her fucking ass to the highest bidder. That's why y'all look dumb. I keep telling y'all. You niggas can't call this shit out. Y'all refuse to call this shit out because y'all scared of her. But y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's going on because those fucking savages on that motherfucking network cannot handle the fucking truth.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Awards in Hollywood, but there were sparks on stage and off. A real-life dispute on live TV, complete with expletives, upstaged the Oscars.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
I'm going to, okay?
Actor Will Smith got angry when comedian Chris Rock made a joke directed at Smith's wife.
Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Smith then came on stage and swung at Rock and apparently connected. You can hear what appears to be some type of connection.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Those inside the Dolby Theater, who initially thought it was all part of the joke, went silent. A bit later, Will Smith won the Oscar for Best Actor. He apologized, talked about protecting his family. At the end, he attempted to make light of the situation.
Thank you. Hoping Academy invites me back. Thank you.
Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Academy Awards in Hollywood.
CBS News special report. One name dominates the 2022 Oscar postmortems. Will Smith. He won Best Actor, but his performance before accepting that is the talk of Hollywood.
This was live drama at the Oscars. Comedian Chris Rock made a joke that referred to Jada Pinkett Smith's hair condition that's left her virtually with no hair. Suddenly, Will Smith, her husband, came on stage, swung at Chris Rock, connected apparently slightly, then he went back to his seat. Most people in the theater thought it was a joke, but then Will Smith lashed out at Chris Rock using expletives twice.
Correspondent Steve Futterman. And again, after all of that, Will Smith won Best Actor. Other Oscar winners: Best Film Coda, About a Deaf Family; Best Director James Campion; Best Actress Jessica Chastain; and Ariana DeBose, the first openly LGBTQ actor, first Latina to win Best Supporting Actress for West Side Story. CBS News special report. I'm Tom Foti.
Oh, wow!
Will Smith slaps Chris Rock at the 2022 Oscars for making a joke about Jada Pinkett's hair. Viewers were shocked by the heated exchange that took place after Chris came out to present the award for Best Documentary.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
I mean, even those getting a front row seat to the exchange couldn't believe their eyes. While the audio was bleeped, uncensored clips reveal that Will said, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth."
That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Back in 2018, Jada revealed her diagnosis with alopecia, a condition that causes drastic hair loss. Will later apologized to the Academy for the altercation after winning the Best Actor award for his performance in King Richard.
I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you.
What Will Smith did tonight was straight bullshit. Props and congratulations to him for winning the Oscar, because damn it, he deserved it. And I love the brother and I'm proud of him, but boy, was that a shameful act for him to commit tonight. To go up on stage and slap Chris Rock like that, he's lucky he didn't get his ass kicked, particularly after the event was over. If not by Chris Rock, to the fellas he had there with him. I mean, damn. Denzel and Bradley Cooper and Tyler Perry having to calm you down, your publicist having to run out and calm you down. I mean, damn, come on, bro. Come on, man. There's no excuse for it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't even try to justify it, okay? Chris Rock said it years ago. Every time black folks doing something, you know who messes it up. I never dreamed in my wildest dreams I'd be saying that about Will Smith. A black man, Will Packer, did a phenomenal job producing the Oscars, and you do this to stain yourself, to stain the Academy Awards? Damn.
You know, I had a feeling as the months went on that eventually something was going to come down the pipe. That, in spite of my greatest efforts, was going to once again compel me to break my silence. Now, before we even get to the topic at hand tonight that everybody saw, okay, you know I have to get my routine shenanigans out when I do videos like this. Number one, most of you who have been watching my content for quite some time know that recently I have transitioned almost completely over to doing strictly community posts. And while I know some of you may be new to the channel, most of you have heard me explain that the reason for that is that I'm getting busier and busier. Like Brother Quasi, I simply don't have the time right now to really produce videos at the quantity that I was producing them a few months ago. You know, things have picked up since, you know, particularly because of this national transportation shortage. And so, you know, I'm on the road a lot more. And so I just don't have the time. By the time I am able to pull over anywhere or go into a hotel or, you know, come back home, usually the only thing I want to do is eat something and fucking go to bed. You know, the few hours that I do fucking have. I mean, so, you know, I've transitioned to doing community posts because they're faster. Writing a blog is faster. You know, even though still a lot of thought gets put into it and a lot of effort gets put into writing it, a lot of the times it's faster than a video. I know a lot of people prefer to listen to videos, but the problem with videos is that they take up too much fucking time. And that's just the smaller video projects like this one. That doesn't include larger video projects like the ones that, you know, are still in production hell that I've told you guys about. So, yeah, so a majority of my content, if you don't know, is in the form of blog articles on the community post section of my videos. You just go to my homepage, look for the link that says community a few doors down, click on it, and you'll see the community post section. And I schedule them for release every 2 days, just like I did my videos back in the day. Eventually I will get back to producing videos, but right now, as I said, I'm busy. I got a couple of community posts that I'm working on right now, so, you know, that's down the street and around the corner. But anyway, there's that. Also, since this is probably going to be the only video I'm going to do for another month, only full-length video I'm going to do for another month, I also want to give a huge shout out to those few of you who continue to support me and the FS Avenger platform. I do have some news and updates coming out about that, but I'm going to wait. Some of it temporarily will probably not be news that a lot of you might want to hear, but in the long run, there is good news. So I'm going to pump the brakes on that and just give it a little bit longer before I jump into that. Now, as far as the subject matter at hand, we all saw what happened. And, you know, I'm telling you, dude, it's late in the evening. I'm driving through Winnebago or about in Wisconsin on my way back to Illinois after making a run. And I get a news break from News Radio 780. And, you know, they're talking about, you know, the Oscars in 99.9% of cases, I would not give a flying fuck. Okay. Even though I do have family members that are involved in the entertainment industry, I don't keep up with this Hollywood shit, and except in rare cases where there's some type of major controversy. But I hear about this incident of Will Smith walking up to Chris Rock and physically assaulting him, slapping him, because Chris Rock said something about Will Smith's open marriage wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, having a bald head because of alopecia, or however you pronounce that. And it took it a while to sink into my brain what they were actually saying. I had to actually, because I was marking down, doing digital paperwork and stuff with one hand, driving with the other hand, and I was only half paying attention the first time. The second time they said it, I said, okay, I have to go on YouTube and, through the YouTube app on my phone and see this for myself. I saw it, and a couple of things went through my mind immediately. First thing, and I think this was true for most people, including people that were there at the Academy Awards, is this is scripted, right? They're both actors. Well, Chris Rock's a comedian by trade, but he's also acted in movies. Will Smith's been acting for 20 going on 30 years. It's the Academy Awards. They probably were backstage somewhere and they, probably drew up this skit plan where, they were going to pull a prank, just to kind of boost some popularity for Will Smith, since he was nominated for an Academy Award that he ironically won for the first time in his career as Best Actor. And this was scripted. It wasn't until I saw later what Will Smith yelled across this, arena that they were in, this theater, as he went to sit back down after assaulting Chris Rock, that I realized this couldn't possibly be scripted. Because you don't yell profane-laced words at the Academy Awards live on camera in front of the world. This is a suit and tie event. These Hollywood people are fucking lames, but this is a suit and tie event. For these goofy ass motherfuckers to basically celebrate their own accomplishments and brag about their achievements in creating fiction. But nonetheless, this is a suit and tie event. You're not going to bring that type of ghetto ass, ignorant ass drama to the Academy Awards. Okay? Especially not over a joke as harmless as, what did Chris Rock say? I look forward to seeing Jada Pinkett in G.I. Jane. And I'm just sitting back like, okay. And part of me is that, there's several things that hit my brain about this. Okay, again, if this was anything less than Will Smith doing what he did to another black man, and of all places, the Academy Awards, and realizing that it was unscripted, I would have just made it a community post about this. But I said to myself, okay, the number one thing that I know for sure is that David Carroll is rolling in his grave right now. I swear, I just got done messaging brother Aquasi, and I asked him if he was going to do a video about this. I know for a fact, if David Carroll was still alive and amongst us, this brother would have a fucking field day with this. Now, again, there's so many ways we could go with this, okay? I didn't write down bullet points this time. I don't have time. I got to get up and do the same thing I've been doing for the past 5 fucking years. But so I didn't write down bullet points. But there's so many different ways to go with this, okay? And I really, I really do wish that Brother Carroll was here to kind of, because I want to hear his perspective going in on this. I already know what he would say. Will Smith, that shit was almost equivalent, except Tyreek didn't physically assault Tommy Sotomayor. I think it was, what's his name, Minister Jap. He got assaulted by some no-name nigger in the streets that, they were getting in each other's face so many years ago. But it was almost equivalent to that situation that happened when Tariq ambushed Tommy Sotomayor on the set of Vlad TV, right? But worse, because Will Smith actually assaulted him. I saw a article that said that the LAPD, a bunch of journalists, what they thirsty for the scoop asses, called the Los Angeles Police Department and asked them if Will Smith was going to be arrested. They said obviously they're aware of the incident that occurred at the whatever theater that is where they have them fake ass award shows, but that Chris Rock had either declined or hadn't pressed any charges and no report was filed. And I'm just looking at this, and there's so many things immediately going through my mind. Now, one of them, and I kind of had to think about this for a second, because I said, on one hand, I don't know if I should say that, this makes black men look bad in the sense of black men beefing with each other in public. It obviously does. It obviously makes black men look like bigger fools than they already are. But at the same time, those of you who have been listening to me know that I have beef with this monkey called Kenneth Thorpe that took it upon himself not only to talk shit, about me, which I don't give a fuck about, but about my family members, which is pretty funny because he told me to pick my battles wisely, as if I give a fuck about some goofy ass nigger that's talking shit from behind the safety of his computer screen. And I have a general rule about that. So long as you're not within the crosshairs of my firepower, I don't give a flying fuck what you think you're going to say on the internet, bitch. If you think for 2.5 seconds that I give a flying fuck about what you're going to say or what you're going to show that was in the public domain anyway, something that I put on the internet myself from 10 plus years ago, clearly, you obviously don't know what the fuck a battle is. Now, a battle is what's going on over there with them white motherfuckers in Eastern Europe. That's a battle, okay? Choose your battles wisely is not a phrase that should even be used in the context of any type of internet beef. As long as you're an internet gangster, not worried about you, okay? And while we're on that note, don't worry about what me or my sister or my parents look like. Why don't you worry about that bastard Spawn that we know you're taking care of about as well as you take care of those junk ass vehicles that you got cooped up on the side of the fucking street, motherfucker. So y'all can see that, obviously. And that's just a taste of what's coming down the pipe with that little punk bitch. Okay? These motherfuckers think I'm worried about some shit. Anything. When I am the dude, how can you embarrass a person who admitted that he would rather sleep with a doll than one of these conniving, annoying, obnoxious ass, good for nothing ass females? How do you embarrass a person like that? There's only two ways to fuck with me, and neither one of them is on the internet. Okay? But, so, I got to think about it. I say, wait, you about to virtually respond and retaliate at some point in the near future to this punk bitch ass nigger. Okay? So, can you really say that Will Smith and Chris Rock are making black men look bad on the world stage? Well, here's the deal. It's one thing, like I said, it's one thing to talk crap. Okay? It's one thing, if Will Smith had pulled Chris Rock to the side, behind closed doors or after the Academy Awards ended and said, hey, look, bro, I didn't appreciate what you said about my wife. I know you're a comedian, you got a job to do and all of that, but I really didn't appreciate that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'd appreciate it if maybe you apologize or something. But when this idea that, you can go around putting your hands on people, and not only putting your hands on people, but going around assaulting other black men. See, like I said, I'm not worried about what some little bitch thinks they're going to say about me or show, talking about scratching the surface on the internet. It's the internet, punk. I don't give a fuck because I'm the one who put the shit on the internet. That don't mean nothing to me. I don't base my sense of security. I don't base my sense of self-confidence and self-worth in any of these worthless ass motherfuckers on the internet. Okay? So that means nothing to me. But when you cross that line of trying to get physical or threatening to someone, and then, my goodness, with another black man, because see, like I said, there's so many ways we could go with this. Not only did he make himself and black men as a collective take another L when he did what he did by assaulting Chris Rock on stage while Chris Rock is simply doing his job. But I know, I'll say almost for a fact, if that had been a white comedian that had said what he said about Will Smith's wife, I know that Will Smith, well, I'm not going to say I know, but there is a high probability. If that had been Billy Crystal or any of the other white comedians or people that they've had host the Academy Awards, Will Smith wouldn't have done that. That's the other thing that I really, I just had to sit back and really analyze. Because it really falls into the line of what we say and what David Carroll would say all the time about how black men have so much smoke. And again, when I say smoke, talking shit, you can do that all day on the fucking internet. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk shit about me, I'm going to talk shit right back. Monkey Boy in Indianapolis gonna get, and y'all gonna get a huge example of that coming up. Okay? But when you're talking about having literal physical smoke for somebody over something that they said, to the point where you're willing to assault somebody. But it's like David Carroll said, the only people that black men will have beef with are other black men. And it's always over some female. Now listen, I know, once again, I know people are going to come back and say, well, that's his wife. Listen, man. Listen. Let's be realistic here for a second. Okay? Number one, as Chris Rock said himself, it was a joke. Number two, we know for a fact. Well, I ain't going to say we know for a fact. But there's a high probability that Will Smith would not have done that if Billy Crystal was up there and made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. Why? Not saying that he won't slap a white boy, but because he knows that if he does that, if he goes up there and he physically assaults any white person that is prestigious in Hollywood, any one of those Jews or them white folks, his career will be over like Toys R Us. He knows that. Okay? He also knows that yes, the person wouldn't have to wait to file charges. The LAPD would have bust through the door in that theater and dragged his ignorant black ass out in handcuffs and put him in that damn squad car. Okay? He knows his limitations. Okay? You want to act so tough when you're in front of a black guy that you know is not going to fight back. And there's nothing wrong with, not looking for physical confrontation. Okay? But at the same time, when somebody crosses that line, you are under no obligation to get physically engaging with them. Okay? In many states, when somebody threatens or begins to carry out a physical assault, you can blow their goddamn head off. I'm not saying that would have happened in this case. Okay? But it is what it is. Once you cross that line over into violence, whatever happens to you happens to you, and which explains. I know I'm not trying to compare apples to oranges, like what goes down on the streets versus what happened at the Academy Awards, but just acknowledging that this is a microcosm of what we see in Black America, especially amongst black men and black males on a day-to-day basis. Once you cross that line of getting violent, okay, you are completely subject to whatever that person chooses to do in response, to defend themselves or to retaliate. Which, hence again, like I said, not even remotely worried about some internet little punk passport for pussy punk ass gangsters that want to talk a bunch of shit on the fucking internet. Okay? Because I can talk shit right back, as y'all know, and as everybody's going to find out. So long as you stay behind the safety of that computer screen wisely, like the little weak ass nigga you are, I'm not even remotely worried about your bitch ass. And that's a fact. Okay? And see, another thing that I know David Carroll would, hone in on is that Will Smith, obviously he just proved how low of IQ, his level of IQ is no higher than any of these Pookie savages that we see out here on the streets, in spite of his, very lengthy and accomplished achievements as a actor and an entertainer. Because here you have, once a motherfucking again, at every fucking level, two black men getting into a physical altercation, a physical and verbal, but the physical is the most important thing, a physical altercation over some hoe. Okay? And again, if Will Smith had a respectable wife, and if he respected his marriage or himself, okay, and they were a close-knit family, still would have been uncalled for, but I could say, okay, you better not put your hands on me, but okay. I can, I'll give him the fact that, he has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that, he loves his wife. They've been in a long-term marriage. They haven't cheated on each other or nothing. But you are defending the honor of a female that has no honor. She's a pedophile. She's cheated on you with other dudes. What? And she puts all of y'all business out for the world to see, and you participate in it like the simp-made fool that you are. When the rest of the world looks at this, and oh my God, I wish David Carroll was here. The part where that African actress, who herself is a bed wench, y'all knew I had to go there. In honor of David Carroll, I know he would make a meme about that, where when Will Smith was screaming at Chris Rock after assaulting him and sitting back down, and that shot of God, I forget that hoe's name, the African actress that was right behind him, that has dated so many white dudes I done lost count since she's been in Hollywood. But she's looking at Will Smith as he's yelling and cussing, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth." And I know she's thinking to herself, I am so glad that I didn't get with one of these niggas when I came to Hollywood. Cause they would just embarrass me on the world fucking stage. Now, Jada Pinkett, is shameful as she is, she has to be somewhat embarrassed that her husband would be this fucking emotional and sensitive, even though, again, they don't really respect each other as far as being husband and wife, okay? There is no such thing as an open marriage as far as I'm concerned. And, y'all know what I think about all that shit. Hashtag Marlboro man, keep it moving. I could take them or leave them, and I usually leave them. I don't give a fuck about none of these hoes. But if you're going to be married, okay, you're going to be married, or you're not going to be married. There is no open marriage. Oh, we can fuck who we want to fuck. No, bro, that's not marriage. You're legally bound by a marriage contract, but y'all have already betrayed y'all vows to one another. And what's that broad's name? I'm not even going to look it up because she's not even worth my time even going to Google right now. But the African actress that was behind him, the way she was looking at him, it kind of, it reminded me of the way, what's her name was looking at R. Kelly when she did that interview. That conniving, evil bimbo that works for CBS. I forgot her name too. Damn. That's how long I've been out the fucking mix, man. I don't even care tonight, man. we just going at it right off the cuff. I don't even give a fuck. But I know she's thinking to herself, look at this clown. He's nominated for an Academy Award. Heavily favored to win the Academy Award. In a suit and tie at a formal event. The biggest event in Hollywood. And he's sitting up here beefing with another Negro over a wife that has cheated on him several fucking times. Make it make sense. I don't understand. Make it make sense to me. I don't understand that, dude. I don't think she understood it. And black men don't understand. They think that they're defending the honor of these whores. They don't fucking get it. Just like these passport for pussy niggas. Like Monkey Thorpe, they don't fucking get it. These hoes don't give a fuck about your ignorant black ass. They don't care. They don't. I'm sorry to have to tell you. I'm sorry to have to tell you, baby boy. They don't give a fuck. They don't. They show it you guys have no idea. Because I'm on the road so much, I have to eat out of a lot of restaurants. I try to eat healthy stuff. But I've gone to places where there's a black female manager and she has the damn place closed, or they stop servicing customers, 1 to 2 hours before the place is officially supposed to close according to the schedule. And you go up and complain or question them about it. And as soon as especially if they see you a black male, they act like you're committing a federal offense by even questioning them. And then you have no idea how many times I have had to call corporate over a bimbo, not one that I'm in a relationship with, but one that's acting like she done lost her motherfucking mind, not as just a regular employee, but as a manager, acting unprofessional on the clock in a place. They act like these bitches act like every nigga they see is their baby daddy, even when they're on the clock. Okay? So they have shown under no uncertain terms, whether they're at work, whether they're on the street, whether they're in the store, whether they're on social media, whether they're in a relationship with you. What did David Carroll say? Why, you dumbass niggas, you're defending the honor of a woman who don't even respect you in your marriage, dude. The only reason, let's be clear, the only reason Will and Jada are still together and haven't broke up is probably for financial convenience. Because getting a divorce would just cause too much fucking turmoil for both of them. Okay? You know, too many attorneys' fees, too much legal wrangling. So they just decided, like Crystal Kieran and her husband for the longest time before they finally did get a divorce, just stay together. It's, you know, and just do what you want to do. How are you defending this woman? I don't, it's baffling to me, but, you know, then again, that's niggas for you. And while the rest of the world, and you know, this is another thing that I really want to bring up that I didn't think about. The rest of the world is watching, you know, every time you look around, you're hearing President Zelensky this and President Zelensky that. Now the white power structure and you know, white supremacy wants us to get off COVID-19, and now we're all supposed to give a fuck about Ukraine. Now everybody's supposed to care about Ukraine. Poor little Ukrainians and what the Russians are doing to them. Even though there are liberal articles that have acknowledged that while Putin is using it as a front excuse to attack Ukraine, fraudulently attack Ukraine unprovokingly, it is true that the Ukraine has a huge neo-Nazi problem. It ain't got nothing to do with threatening Russia, but they do have a huge neo-Nazi problem. This other YouTuber, Willie D. Smith, he released a video not too long ago about how UNICEF told African aid and volunteer workers that were helping Ukrainians come across the border to, you know, be mindful of the possibility that they might be called niggers by these people. Okay? So, you know, in any homogenous tribe of people, you know, you're going to have those type of problems. But, you know, now everybody, including black people, is supposed to care about Ukraine and what's happening to poor little... The only extent that I care about what's happening to Ukraine is that I understand, as I told y'all in that community post not too long ago, that what white people do, okay, by and large in this world is going to affect me too. Why? Because white people, certain types of white people, certain levels of white people have all the power. They control the socioeconomics of this world, the flow of currency, the type of currency through which, you know, both domestic and foreign trade can be done, which is why they were able to cut Russia off from everything. Okay? So that's where my concern for what's happening in Ukraine and Russia ends. But, okay, you see white people arguing, I'm talking about the top upper echelon white folks, arguing over don't launch nuclear weapons. We have the right to launch nuclear weapons. Don't invade a sovereign country. We're going to invade a sovereign country because they're about to join NATO, which is part of the West, and that's going to threaten our borders. You have countries arguing over, we're placing sanctions on you for invading a sovereign country, and we're going to cut you off from the World Bank, and we're going to keep you from being able to use American dollars, and the other country arguing, well, we're going to cut you off from being able to use our oil, or if you're going to buy our oil, since you punk ass motherfuckers are cutting us off from everything in the outside world, you can only buy our oil in Russian rubles. Now what, motherfucker? You have white people, the upper echelon white people, arguing over shit at that level, dude. At that level. And what are black men? And I'm not talking about these goofy ass Negroes on social media. I'm talking about what are considered the upper echelon black males, even at high A-list celebrity level, which unfortunately that's what's considered a top, a so-called high value man. Okay, high value white man is a Vladimir Putin or a fucking Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and top black men are fucking LeBron James, Lil Wayne, that nigga that ASAP Rocky, the billionaire's thought fucking Rihanna is married to, Kanye West retarded ass, Jay-Z. Go fucking figure, man. But you got the top echelon black men, which don't even come in comparison to the amount of power that they wield, and that's bad enough, arguing over females, arguing over little petty ass shit that niggas argue over at the club in the hood, still beefing with each other over little piddling shit involving females. You have monkeys like the one in Indianapolis still worried about where another man puts his penis, when they ain't nothing but a hypocrite. And being worried about where another man puts his penis is going to be real interesting when Climbing Mount Dusty comes out. But that's a subject for another video too. I mean, comparing apples to oranges? Dude, this is like comparing BBs to a goddamn 50 caliber Barrett round. It's like comparing an elephant to an ant. There is no comparison. What black men, what occupies the majority of black men's or black males' mind dwarfs in comparison to what top echelon other races of men at the very top of their game are concerned about. Okay? You have these goofy ass Negroes, and I know I'm some of them are listening to me right now. In his prime, when he was the big thing, acting like Kevin Samuels is the second coming of these Negroes, Jesus Christ himself. Because he's chastising a bunch of unattractive, beyond past their prime, hits several walls at 60 miles an hour, bimbos. And they talking about how his high value man philosophy of lighting candles and putting on a suit is going to somehow lift black men up and save the black community. Like, motherfucker, are you serious? This dude is chastising women. White men at the top of their game, I guess you could say, like that corpse in chief that we have right now, Joe Biden, they're chastising other white nuclear powers over war and socioeconomics and sanctions. That's real power, Negro. Not chastising some goofy ass bimbo who in case y'all didn't notice, most of these bitches, the reason why they're so fucking mean is because they hate themselves about as much as they hate you. Though they won't never admit to it. They'll always lie, calling themselves queens and this, that, and the third. But you can clearly see from their behavior and the way they raise their kids and the way they treat others around them and themselves that they don't really care about themselves. So telling them that they're basic or that don't mean that. And even if it did, do black men like Will Smith know how stupid you fucking look on the world stage? That the biggest battle that you have to fight is a professional comedian making a harmless, below mild fucking joke about your unfaithful, adulterous, whore of a cheating ass wife. That, oh, by the way, was a pedophile before she even got with you. Yet other groups of men are worried about trying to establish dominance. You do realize, I said I don't care about what's happening in Russia and Ukraine except how it directly affects me as an individual. But you do realize that's what this is really about in Ukraine, right? That's why the national media is making such a big deal about it, right? And it looks like, even though it looks like Russia is losing the war now and Ukraine is kind of turning the tables on their ass in some places, okay? This is the real reason why the white libtards want us to care about this. Because this is about what group, what tribe of white Caucasians are going to be on the top, are going to have, the dominant say in the world, which is why Putin is now asking for oil, Russian oil, to be bought and sold in rubles. Okay? Something that's unprecedented. Everybody knows that the United States cornered the market on that by making sure that they hotwired everything in global trade to ensure that any type of foreign trade, especially when it comes to oil, from between any country, has to be bought and sold in the American dollar. Okay? But I think Putin, he sees, himself getting older, and he wants to reestablish, what was really never as big as even the West thought it was, which was that iron. He wants to raise that iron curtain. He wants to wake up that sleeping bear that they call the Soviet Union. This is about a white man trying to reestablish his idea of dominance and total control and dividing and conquering. What these white motherfuckers have been doing for centuries, essentially. Okay? The white man over here wants to pretend like he's so fucking civilized now and so shocked at what, white men in Eastern Europe are doing, when the truth of the matter is, the white man, that ascended from Western Europe has been doing this shit from the Trail of Tears and beyond for fucking centuries. They just now got around to the point where they're acting civilized, and that's because they're on top of every goddamn thing. Well, goddamn, I guess when you control all of the world's economy and markets, well, shit, you can afford to be nice and inclusive to other race groups of people like black folks and let them be mayors and occasionally president of the United States. You got your damn hand in everybody's fucking cookie jar, motherfucker. You make sure you get yours first, like the IRS. So this is what white men are beefing with. This is Russia, Putin beefing with the Western white dudes. This really, it don't have anything to do with us in the sense of power, but it does have something to do with us in the sense of whatever these white motherfuckers decide to do. Their decisions, unfortunately, are going to affect us because we're so low on the totem pole and so dependent on white systems, even in Africa. Okay? But this is what they're beefing about. I remember when Vladimir Putin, about a year or so ago, that Megyn Kelly bimbo back, I think she had left Fox and she was with MSNBC or something like that. She was doing an exclusive interview through an interpreter with Putin. And, you know, he was he was on camera as they were setting up. I don't know who saw that. He was flirting with her. Now, Megyn Kelly is American. He's Russian, you know, but, you know, he's Putin. He's Vladimir Putin. You know, he's the dictator of Russia, but he still got a dick. You know, he was flirting with her, talking about how she was pretty. And, you know, he was trying to see if he could get in them panties. You know, like Donald Trump. Grab her by a pussy, you know. Or David Carroll say, pull them panties to the side. But this is something that Vladimir Putin did in his off time. You know, he sees a prettied up bimbo and he's thinking, man, I could picture myself fucking this bitch. This is not the predominant thing like it is with you goofy ass niggas. Oh man, she got a fat ass. Oh no, the black woman is God. No, man, this is just somebody Putin want to bend over in his off time when he's not fucking annexing Crimea or fucking invading Ukraine or fucking installing puppets in Georgia. Okay? Or trying to restore the Soviet Union. That's what you niggas don't get. That's what I tried to explain to y'all last year. This is what Will Smith don't get. Women, access to women, you idiots, is not a prize. The woman was never a prize. Okay? She is a result of the man doing what the fuck he is supposed to do. Okay? Putin flirting with Megyn Kelly was no different than fucking when you go to the damn store, you know, and you shopping for something else and you come across a bag of potato chips and think, oh, I think I'll grab this, throw it in the cart. Why not? Have something to snack on my way back home. But to you niggas, that shit, having access to these hoes is like buying a new fucking car. Y'all so damn dumb. Again, it just completely blows my fucking mind how anybody thinks that they could somehow embarrass or shame me for what I've done or said or put on the internet when these goddamn niggas are still this fucking stupid. Really? What consequence are you to me, monkey? What consequence are you to me? That's the $154 million fucking question. What worst case scenario somebody shows some shit or says some shit about me? What? A bunch of fucking goofy ass living with baby and kids ass niggas. Some simp ass fool is gonna make a video about me? Ooh, look at Brian. Ooh, look at Brian Salon. Oh, look at what so-and-so said about Brian Salon. He's exposed. He's exposed. Wow. Good job, monkey. Good job. Good. Here's a banana. Here's a banana, monkey. Here's a banana. Oh, how do you give a fuck? That's no consequence. If you ain't messing with my money and you ain't close enough to be, again, within my crosshairs, I don't give a fuck. Because you're no consequence to me. That's what you niggas don't understand. The concern that you have over the concerns that you have mean nothing in the overall scheme of things in this life. Y'all running to white and Latino and Asian countries, both male and female, thinking they gonna save your ignorant ass. And the fact that you have to run to a non-black country, and I'm not, look, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about if you just want to travel and see the world. You know we've been over this. If you just traveling to see the world, that's one thing. Okay? But when you going on fucking free strawberry, no, you know what? We're gonna save that. Never mind. I keep picking at that nigga. He talking about I run my mouth too motherfucking much. Yeah, bitch. I'm running my mouth still a year on, and I still ain't got to the main course on your ass. What you gonna do about it? Bitch ass nigga. But anyway, I mean, you niggas, y'all don't know how soft and weak y'all look to the rest of the world. Really. The biggest concern that you have is either where another black man is putting his dick or arguing over some fucking bimbo. This is why David Carroll said until his dying fucking day, black men as a collective are done. There's a few of us brothers that are woke, but black men as a collective are fucking done. It's that simple. They're fucking done. They're done like a stuffed turkey on Thanksgiving Day. They're done, man. They're just done. And see, that leads me to the other point that I was thinking about this. Now, Chris Rock, obviously, he's not a confrontational person. He never looked like it, never sounded like it. So Will Smith saw him as an easy mark. Okay, I'm sure other people have talked shit about Jada Pinkett Smith. So many late night comedians have probably made snide remarks while Will Smith was sitting in their chair, like Jay Leno or something, or Conan O'Brien. He didn't get up and slap them, again, because he knows better. That nigga knows better. He saw Chris Rock as not only a black man, but an easy mark. He also knows that assaulting another black man on stage, making black men look stupider than they already look, that, white people, they're gonna, ooh and ah about it, but they ain't gonna do nothing about it. Because again, you're only hurting yourself and your own kind. And to be completely honest with you, it wasn't even that funny of a joke. I mean, I could see if it was a joke that, actually had people cutting up. It still would have been completely uncalled for, but the joke was so fucking light, to me, it wasn't even funny. Okay? Chris Rock, to me, I mean, he's funnier than Kevin Hart, but in his prime, but he's not that funny. To be honest with you, in my opinion, okay, I've seen local comedians in different areas, okay, that tell jokes in bars and comedy clubs that are 10 times funnier than the scripted crap that, these both white and black comedians that are highlighted and propped up by the liberal elite in, SoCal and Hollywood tell. Okay? A lot of them really aren't that funny. Jay Leno is not that funny. Okay? Fucking Chris Rock, he was funnier when he was in his prime. Chris Tucker fell way off the mark. Kevin Hart, to me, not that funny. D.L. Hughley, Steve, what's his name? Steve Harvey, nothing but a bunch of fucking coons. Billy Crystal and Adam Sandler, they're not that funny. I never thought Billy Crystal was funny. the joke wasn't even that funny. And I don't mean it wasn't funny in an insult, like it was an insulting to Jada type of not funny. I mean, it wasn't funny because it wasn't funny. Okay? It was more of like Chris Rock was making just a lighthearted statement than a joke. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and see, Will Smith, he really, again, and Akwesi said this time after time after time, okay? And this is just another shining example of this. Both him and David Carroll, talked about this in their own way. Black men, black people in general do not understand optics, as I just told y'all, okay? Look at the primary chief concern of black men going to war with other black men on an individual level versus what white men are going to war with each other on both the level and scale and the issue. Okay? There's no comparison. And see, what Will Smith has done, because I think the one place, and I think that if he had have gave it more thought, he probably would have mentioned it. But David Carroll would, all the time he would say that, black women need to be classified in the DSM statistical manual as a mental disorder. But see, what Will Smith has done, because everybody's going to be talking about this for weeks, for months. Like I said, this is going to be the not only the butt of jokes, but, this is going to be, meme creations for miles and miles and miles down the fucking road and around the corner. What Will Smith has done is he's not only shown black men on a large scale as, dysfunctional, but as mentally unstable as the black female. Okay? This is what I was telling people before. Hashtag half the problem. I realized a couple of years ago, even before I met that goofy coward ass monkey in Indianapolis, that black men are a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. I hate white men, and the black woman is a bad wench for, going down on a white man, but I want to get with and go down on a white woman. I'm complaining about her acting over emotional and like a nutcase, but I'm going to run out and act over emotional and like a nutcase. I mean, make that make sense. Make it make sense. You're doing the exact same damn thing that she's doing. And look, man, some people, and I know brother Twone, he can probably relate to this. A lot of people were joking about, Will Smith. He's an accomplished actor. He's been through so much in Hollywood, but he is from West Philly or some crap like that, and the hood nigga came out and all of that shit. But dude, if that is indeed the case, and you weren't just, acting like you were acting like an over-emotional idiot. But if you let the hood nigga come out, you could have waited to let the hood nigga come out when the show was over and behind, stage, and you confronted Chris Rock. Why would you let some ignorant ghetto behavior nonsense come out on live television on one of the biggest live broadcast stages besides the Super Bowl? Whatever point you were trying to prove failed miserably, because the only thing that you proved is, once again, like David Carroll would say, that black men are not the brightest bulb on the tree, nor are they the sharpest knife in the fucking drawer. You can't control your emotions over a light joke that wasn't even funny, because that's how plain, that's how bland it was. Y'all ever tried eating plain yogurt? To me, it's fucking nasty. If I'm gonna eat yogurt, I'm not a big yogurt fan. The yogurt has to be flavored yogurt. I can't eat plain yogurt. That was plain yogurt, dude. My goodness, you act like Chris Rock threw an egg at the bitch's face. And again, did I mention this? Is he gonna slap Jada for all the disrespect that her and his daughter and his mother-in-law, I think that's who that is, on that stupid red table talk BS? Is he gonna bitch slap them for the way they humiliated not only him but their family and their marriage by verbally acknowledging all the dysfunction, including her cheating on him? Is he gonna slap her? I think not. And right here as I'm even talking, something else occurred to me. Because I said, we're going a lot of different ways with this tonight. But something else occurred to me in the time, it hit me like an epiphany, like a fucking rock, in the time that I've been producing this recording. We know that the black community is largely matriarchal, held, run, and controlled. If you look at the Will Smith family and how it's structured, okay? No self-respecting man would allow his wife to publicly disclose the things that Jada Pinkett has publicly disclosed, let alone allow another man to stick his dick in his wife and continue to be married to that woman and not have no smoke for that man, that other man who we now know as August Alsina, the sickly August Alsina. So I'm pretty sure that Jada Pinkett Smith and his mother-in-law and probably even daughter run that fucking household. Him and Jaden, they wear the dress, okay? And as you see, unfortunately, in a lot of these simp and cuckold fucking relationships, Will Smith is a cuckold, even if he doesn't realize it. He's a simp, but he's also a fucking cuckold. If by no other way, psychologically, there's no way you can be okay with another man. And look, we don't know what goes on, the heated arguments and fights that go on behind closed doors. But we know that Jada Pinkett, the females of that family have to wear the pants. They have to. Okay? In my last relationship half a decade ago, okay? When that bimbo that I was with, when she started fucking up, I cut her ass completely off. She crossed certain lines, I cut her ass completely off. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Phone number changed. Stay in California, don't come back here. Email blocked. Fucking YouTube blocked. Everything blocked. Didn't want to have nothing else to do with her. No self-respecting man is going to sit there and allow himself to be disrespected by his wife like that if he's the head of that household. So it occurred to me upon looking at Jada Pinkett's reaction, because she didn't laugh at all to the joke. Will Smith, he laughed a little bit. He kind of grinned at it. I don't think he thought it was too funny, but, he was trying to, play it off like he was laughing with everybody else. I think it was when he looked over and saw Jada's face. That's what made him react. And the reason why he reacted wasn't because she was unhappy, but because he knew, because she kind of glanced at Will, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, and then looked back at Chris Rock. And I think Will looked at her and he realized, if I don't do something about this, if I don't respond the way Jada wants me to respond, when we go home, when the red carpet and the cameras and the paparazzi and all this, after Oscar party and bullshit is over with, there's going to be hell to pay. Okay? And this is what you have with a lot of these weak, simpish, beta male men. Okay? He knew there was going to be hell to pay. That just hit me like an epiphany. I think that's probably the reason why he went up there and slapped and assaulted Chris Rock. Because he was trying to impress his hoe to ensure that she was satisfied with his response. He could see she didn't like his response. And we all know, thanks to them telling everybody, there's hell on earth going on in that household. Okay? He knew that she sees me laughing, okay, at a joke that she didn't think was funny. She was clearly displeased with what they call a joke. Again, it wasn't even funny to me, but whatever. So he figured, I better react the way my master, aka my open marriage wife, wants me to react. And how a dude could be this loyal to a female who has no loyalty to anyone other than herself, like most females. I mean, let's face it, it is what it is. It's purely beyond me. It's the same thing I told y'all years ago with that whole Ciara Russell Williams situation. Okay? Russell Williams there's no way him, that simp ass African fool that is Kerry Washington's husband, there's no way those two dudes wear the pants in that relationship. There's no way that they're the head of their households. There's no way you can have in her prime, you don't hear about her too much. But there's no way you can have a leading actress, a female actress and celebrity that's, high in demand, outgoing, doing whatever the hell she want to do. And she's going to have a man that she's in a relationship with, not only holding it down, but telling her, okay, this is what you're not going to do as my wife. Not because I'm the man and you're the woman, but because you're my wife. There's no way you're going to have that in a Ciara Russell Williams relationship or in a Nnamdi Asomugha Kerry Washington relationship, especially not as long as they've been together. Okay? That fool, that simp ass fool that call herself standing up for that other whore, what's her name? Megan Good, yeah. Devin Franklin. He was the one who filed the divorce papers once he realized he couldn't control that hoe. And once he realized the phrase, that has been said for years upon years upon years is right. You can't turn a dumb asshole into a housewife, Negro. You can't. But see, the only way that works past a couple of years, because what was Megan Good and Devin Franklin? They were married for like what, 2-3 years? And we know we know you can see the sadness on Russell Williams' dumbass face every time you look at him in one of Ciara's Instagram photos. We know that breakup. We know that divorce is coming. You can see the regret on that fool's face. I said no self-respecting man is going to allow his wife, whether she's a celebrity or not, to continue to digitally whore herself on social media in front of the world, wearing skimpy clothing or barely any clothing at all, taking thirst trap photos. That alone proves she doesn't respect you. And of course, we know, whether you're talking about Jada Pinkett, whether you're talking about Ciara, whether you're talking about the average fucking, hood booger on the fucking street, or a lot of other different race groups of females, they by and large do not respect the man, period. Because this is how they've been trained, and like they say, you fight how you train. They're trained, and I told y'all this before, I think, and I think, not a crazy, but there was another brother that alluded to this, that the modern day female nowadays is programmed from a young age to see the man, even if it's a man she's sexually and physically attracted to and in a relationship with, she is trained, programmed, and bred to see the man as her competitor, not her partner. And that's where the problem comes into play. Okay? So you have these men that, in the interest of trying to make the relationship stagnate on longer than it should go on, they actually are willing, like Will Smith, they're willing to concede their masculinity and their manhood and all the elements that make them men, just in an effort to appease this female enough so that she won't completely leave him. It don't matter how disrespectful she is to him, their relationship, their family. It doesn't matter how many times she embarrasses him. And in Jada Pinkett's case, in front of the world stage, it doesn't matter, what hell she may bring to the man's life, how much she stresses him out. As long as she is willing to stay in a relationship with and acknowledge him, you have these beta male cuckolds like Will Smith that will only get big and tough in front of another black man, but will let not only the black female, but any race of female literally walk all over him and run his household, even if he's the one that's primarily paying the bills in the motherfucker. This is what you have. So I think, now giving it even more thought, I think Will Smith went up and slapped Chris Rock because he saw that not only was Jada displeased, but he knew that he was going to catch it when he got back home. Like your typical simp. What did David Carroll say? He say, you get these, he said, David Carroll used to always make me die when he said that shit. He said that these niggas, the reason why he doesn't go to those Super Bowl parties or those family cookouts is because when you get niggas in a small space or even an open space with a bunch of these females, what Tommy Sotomayor used to call hair-hatted hooligans, what I call the thought bot. When you get them in that space with a bunch of females, they're going to start showing out and acting a fucking fool because they are dumb enough, actually dumb enough, to believe that these females, the majority of which are messing around with multiple different dudes behind their boyfriends and husbands' backs, or they're contemplating messing around with multiple different dudes behind their husbands' backs. I had this older chick in the grocery store just the other day. She had a little gray hair on her. Looked like she was in her early 40s, but she was fairly attractive. She looked to be maybe Dominican and black, those women tend to age well. And she started talking to me about, how she couldn't find anything in the store. And you could tell she was trying to start up a friendly conversation. But a female's not going to do that unless, to some extent, they're interested in you for one reason or the other. Okay, she didn't start up no random ass conversation with nobody else in that motherfucker. And I saw her wedding ring. Now, you know me, I don't give a fuck about these hoes. I was friendly. I talked with her back. I said, well, yeah, they're renovating the store. And hopefully when they're done, it'll be easier to find stuff in here because they are moving stuff around, in the store. So the construction people can do their work because, again, they're renovating the store. But, she was just smiling from ear to ear. And, yeah, she was attractive. But she was also, if that was a real wedding ring, she was also married. Now, the question is, is she just talking to me out of, frustration because she can't find what she's looking for? Likely not. She's fishing. Okay? When females, are either unhappy in their relationship with a man or they are interested in exploring other things, they start fishing. That don't mean that they're going to pick up the first thing that, hooks they're able to hook, like one of these dumbass simps. That just means they're fishing. She's probably, I don't take that as a compliment. This is where these dumbass niggas get off with me. They think just because a female will stop and look at you and smile as she walks by or start walking up and start talking to you and she's attractive, that must mean, oh man, I can't seem like that. No, dumb nigga. If she's like that, if she's on that right at that particular moment, she's doing that with multiple different dudes. Okay? She's fishing. Okay? And I highly suspect that this chick that I encountered in the store just the other day, she's looking for another dick. That's what she's looking. Because, I wasn't dressed up, in any particular way like, that would suggest that I have lots of money. So and she was dressed up, the way she was dressed up, it looked like, she may have been at least upper middle class. I don't know. People dress different ways, but she certainly didn't look poor. So it looked like she had the money part covered, probably married to some professional dude, probably got, one of them little struggle mansions out in the suburbs, some fucking where, a couple of cars in the driveway. No, she looking for a new dick. That's what she looking for. Okay? She's going to do that to multiple different dudes till she finds what she's looking for so she can cheat behind her husband's back. That's what the fuck she doing. That's why she came up randomly talking to me, as I'm sure she went up randomly talking to other dudes. She going to find that right mixture. Dude that'll give her the time of day, give her the attention that she finds attractive. And next thing you know, that dumb husband of hers, thinking he got everything on lockdown, just like Will Smith, he gonna find out different. So again, man, me and so many other guys have told y'all time and time and time again, do not put the definition or your ability to define and measure your own masculinity and manhood at the feet of these hoes. Because at the end of the day, most people are going, unless you're talking about Mother Teresa or some shit, most people are going to be loyal to themselves first and foremost. That even comes before their kids in a lot of cases. Not in every case, but I'm saying, okay? People are going to be loyal to themselves, which is why me personally, I feel as a hashtag Marlboro man, it's just a pointless task to invest any more time, money, and effort in a relationship with another individual human being that basically, even after they're legally married to me, they can do anything they fucking want. And I have nothing legally binding them or preventing them from doing anything they want, up to and including cheating on me with another man. It's just no point, okay? It's always just like the bimbo in the store, slightly older bimbo in the store, looked like she had maybe 5-6 years on me. It's always going to start out friendly. Remember how Will Smith and Jada were talking about how they had sex every day straight for a month when they first got together and got married, it's always going to start out that way with the smiles, the sex, the going out. But that shit going to wear off, bruh. Then you're going to see the real person come out. And for most people, when that real person comes out, in most cases, you're not going to like what you see. Or put another way, most people, they're going to like a lot less of what they see than what they love when they see it. Which is why so many relationships these days fail. And now you compound onto that women don't want to play their role in relationships or in the natural design of things. And you just have a recipe for disaster. Now, Will Smith has gone up and made himself look, and black men look like a complete jackass over a female that has no loyalty to his black ass. She's about as loyal to Will Smith as that hair was on her fucking head. And people say, oh, well, she has Appaloosa. Man, I don't give a damn. This woman is a pedophile, okay? It was confirmed by several sources that she was sleeping with 14-year-old boys in her mid-20s, in her early to mid-20s. I don't give a damn, okay? When a man, people online and off, when they feel like they got to say something about me or Tommy Sotomayor, I'm not talking about critiquing, okay? I've critiqued Tommy. But when they feel like they want to say something about, our physical appearance or what we do, they let it all out, okay? And we do the same thing back to them. So a female don't get no fucking pass, right? Ain't that fair? Give a damn about her damn Appaloosa or whatever, however the hell you pronounce that. We all got problems. Does that mean she should be able to do whatever the hell she want to do? Does that mean that she should be immune from a harmless, below mild joke? No, it does not. To hell with her. And the irony in all of this, another thing that just hit me like an epiphany. The only reason Will Smith won Best Actor, everybody knows that Hollywood is fucking political, okay? The only reason he won Best Actor for that stupid movie King Richard, has anybody seen that movie? I haven't. Is it even that good? Probably not, if it's any resemblance to the low quality motion pictures that Hollywood approves and produces nowadays. The only reason he won Best Actor for the first time in his career is to promote this idea of black men being simps and endorsing strong and supporting strong black womanhood and feminist extremism. That's the only reason he won Best Supporting Actor. He's had plenty of quality roles where he should have been won Best Actor. That's the irony in all of this. A fucking simp playing a simp, winning for being a simp, and then acting out like a fucking simp. But I also thought, what if Chris Rock had decided to retaliate? What if he had decided to take that mic pole that mic sits on and fucking swing on Will Smith in retaliation and go upside his head with it, or just knock his ass clean out with it, or draw blood? Can you imagine the psychological and emotional, complete, devastating stain that would forever leave on the image, the already ruined image of black men? If Chris Rock and Will Smith had to start, I was actually relieved when Chris Rock didn't retaliate. Because I said the only thing can be worse than this idiot, Will Smith, going up and slapping this dude over a harmless joke. The only thing that could be worse is if they both got to fighting and bug tussling. And I'm assuming that they have security at these things. I didn't see any security move in, probably because they were both A-listers. But, if security had moved in and had to literally break up a fight on stage, That I mean, that would have just been that would have been like Putin dropping a thermonuclear warhead in Ukraine, which he still might do. Okay? That would have been just, I mean, that would have just been literally the exclamation point. That would have been the cherry on fucking top to solidify everything that we have been saying about these dysfunctional, degenerate black males. Now again, when you get, and I have, look, this is only part of it. This is only part of it. Because then we got to get to the point about Will Smith defending his family, as he says. Now, you know, listen, man, listen. Because a person will say, well, you know, what is the man supposed to do? Just because he's an actor, just because, you know, he's in Hollywood, does that mean that he's supposed to let another man attack his family? Okay, let's be very clear. It's just like I said about, you know, Monkey Boy in Indianapolis. So long as nobody is close enough to be within my crosshairs, physically in my crosshairs, I'm not worried about anything they're gonna fucking say from a distance or up close. Just so long as I know that all you're gonna do is talk, I'm not even, as I've proven over the past year, I'm not even remotely worried about your bitch ass. Okay? Because I know you're no threat. You're nothing but just another little crap talking punk. Okay? So Chris Rock was not doing anything to Jada Pinkett. And now, don't get me wrong. If Jada Pinkett came up there to announce, you know, the award show with Chris Rock, and, you know, he had a bend in her face and not only made a remark about maybe the way she's dressed or the way she looks, but actually put his hands on her in a suggestive, disrespectful manner. You know, I do not defend men, you know, simping for women, but I can understand, okay, that's his wife. Okay. He goes up and he slaps Chris Rock. Academy Awards, probably not the right place. I mean, if you gonna whoop some ass, do that behind stage, please. But, you know, it is what it is. But you go up and you attack this guy over a harmless joke. And again, we're not talking about a normal functioning. This is the thing that really just blows it out of the water and just solidifies everything that not only me and Akwesi, but David Carroll have been saying about black men for years and years and years. Okay? Dude. First of all, if y'all were more of a family like, I don't know, maybe Denzel and his wife, or Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston before the drugs, when they were in their prime, or at least put another way, before the drugs took effect in their prime, I could somehow see you being outraged. But Will, come on, bruh. How possibly offended can you be when you are married not only to a pedophile, but to a whore who admitted to cheating on you with another dude that was sickly at that? Let's put things into perspective, and this might get this video removed off YouTube or restricted. I don't really give a damn. Okay? But let's be realistic, Will. Let's be realistic for just a moment, okay? First of all that open table talk shit that y'all be doing, that even got the gossipers and naysayers on these goofy ass websites like Lipstick Alley creating petitions to literally have y'all removed from the television set, because y'all putting all y'all damn private and personal information and business out there. Okay? Even if we set that aside, I mean, y'all didn't, the Smith family then basically told people everything except their social security numbers and bank card PIN. I mean, are you serious? And you're offended by what Chris Rock said? That's number one. Number two, Dude, you and what you call your wife admit that y'all are in an open relationship where she or you admitted that you have cheated and she has cheated on you. This woman, in the time that she's been married to you, has swallowed other men's cum, most likely. Definitely had other men's phalluses inside of her, dude. That don't even account for what she did when she was in her mid-20s, sleeping with 14-year-old little boys. Okay? The pedophile. Your wife is a whore, dude. A pretty whore, a very attractive, exotic face looking whore, but a whore, dude. What is wrong with you? You're defending what? Dude, if you got that much smoke, and this is what I mean when I talk about how dumb these niggas are, both online and off. If you got that much smoke for a dude, a professional comedian, making a harmless joke, it wasn't like he said, yeah, well, Jada Smith, she a bald head, old Michael Jordan head ass bitch. Wasn't like he just straight up just disrespected the shit out of her. He just said, I can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane. But dude, if you got that much smoke about a nigga talking shit about her, you got to have some type of smoke for the dude that nutted on her. We know, and God knows what else. Nobody know, unless, the person just discloses it on social media, which does happen commonly. If the woman is one of those promiscuous types, like a lot of these thoughts are. But don't nobody know what really goes on behind closed doors. Your wife has been smutted out by other guys since she's been married to you. Now, we can't count what happened before she was married to you, dude. She has admitted to this. You have acknowledged this. That there to the point where there's been so much fucking adultery between these two idiots that they decided to just have an open marriage where you can fuck who you want to fuck, I can fuck who I want to fuck. When we get tired of each other, we go to our side chicks or side niggas and we keep it stepping. And Jada in Hollywood, come on, man. A couple of white dudes done been up in that. We ain't got to play with that. So I'm like, Will, dude, you get up at one of the most televised events in the world and you assault another black man, continuing the ongoing stereotype, not only of the angry black man, but black on black crime. Has so much smoke for another black man because of his opinion. Remember what David Carroll said? But you won't get in the faces of any of these other people, the white liberals, the Jews, the white feminists. You ain't got no smoke for any of these other people that routinely embarrass you on a daily, routinely disrespect you on a daily basis. Your own wife don't even respect you. I don't even understand why these two motherfuckers are still together. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Why are you together with a woman who admitted that she slept with another dude? Probably several other dudes. And you fooled around with other women. Why are y'all still together? These people, and somebody was saying in the comment section, and I have to agree with this, even though I don't gossip. There must be some serious emotional turmoil and dysfunction. Obviously there is. These are a fucked up group of motherfuckers. The Smith family, they are going to go down in the history books. I mean, I thought Ozzy Osbourne and his family was fucked up. they are going to quickly go down in the history books as one of the most memorable celebrity train wrecks as far as celebrity families go in history. There must be some deep-seated shit going on in that family. You know, it kind of reminds me of some years ago when that prominent black businesswoman, she killed her adult daughter and adult son that worked out of the mayor's office in Atlanta when that Keisha Lance Bottoms was mayor. And then she killed herself, and everybody was trying to figure out what the hell happened. Like, you know, they're in photos together on Facebook smiling and look like they happy on vacations and trips in fucking Italy, but what would lead to her murdering her own fucking children? Like, what in the hell is going on? But you know, that just proves you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors in a lot of these relationships. Now, again, Will and Jada, they have made it abundantly clear that they got turmoil, as most people do. Again, people like this monkey, Kenneth Sweet Cheeks Thorpe, they think that they can somehow embarrass me, or that I'm somehow embarrassed about having dolls or something that I put on the internet from 10 years ago. Motherfucker, I don't give a fuck. There's nothing that you can embarrass me with when you're a simp ass fool that's still deifying mediocre pussy. Okay? There's nothing. You have this much turmoil dealing with a female. I don't care how pretty she is. And I personally, for one, think that Jada Pinkett is a very beautiful woman, even as she ages. I think that she's an attractive woman. Okay? But, dude, it's not even worth it. All the shit that men go through. Will Smith is having this type of nervous breakdown to the point where he's walking up and assaulting people. Of all places, dude. The Academy Awards, you wait to do this. And you call that protecting your family? Dude, there's something psychologically off about you, dude. And it's all because you're in the relationship with this whore and pedophile that you should have dumped a long time ago. She doesn't respect you. And I don't really, I think y'all, for whatever that's worth, y'all may call yourself loving each other, but y'all don't respect each other. So what is the point of, do you know how stupid you sound? People are going to be talking about this shit, and oh my God. Y'all remember the Michael Jordan crying meme? People are going to be making memes about this shit of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. They're going to be comparing it to that Batman and Robin, slapping, who was that? I think Batman was slapping Robin, or Batman was slapping somebody in a cartoon meme. They're going to be comparing it to that. It's just going to be fucking social media fucking bedlam, man. That's going to go down in the fucking history books as one of the most embarrassing moments, not only in Hollywood, as y'all call it, but in the history of black male celebrities. In all the years that they didn't have this fraudulent, goofy, fake-ass award show, nothing like this, to my knowledge at least, has ever happened. Now, we've seen, I remember there was a case of, I forget the name, some white actor that was big back in the 80s. I forget his name. He died a couple of years ago. He got up and he assaulted some dude on the Johnny Carson show, or not Johnny Carson, it was that other goofball white dude. But he assaulted some dude and the dude threatened to sue him. But that was on a late night show. That's a limited viewing. But dude, you did this at one of the biggest, most televised events. You couldn't wait until the show ended. And what was so weird was that Will Smith was pretending at least like he was laughing at the joke. Right before they switched the camera, and he got up and walked over to Chris Rock to assault him. Now, personally, if that was me, I saw this dude coming like a maniac. I wouldn't just stand there and be assaulted like that. Okay, I would have moved out the way, or stepped off stage right quick, or put my hands out to protect myself, or if he had a swung on me, I would have swung on him back. Okay, I'm not looking for confrontation, but once that line is crossed, something's coming out, something is coming up, it's on. Okay, but that's just me. Oh man, social media is gonna have a field day with this. And once again, I know, like I said, David Carroll is rolling in his grave. I mean, I know he's just hating that he cannot be down here right now. I know he's just hating that he can't be down here right now. What have we been saying about black men in the faces, ready to go to war with other black men over something that the nigga said or the way he looked? But that same black male that will start some shit that usually they can't finish with another black male will have absolutely nothing to say when another race group of motherfucker does something. You can say what you want to say about me, but hence the stories that I've told y'all, I've let other men of other races know under no uncertain terms, you fuck with me, you're gonna die. Okay? I don't give a beggar's damn what race you are. Okay? I don't have that attitude of, other races or cultures are better. My attitude is fuck everybody until proven otherwise. Okay? And really, to put the cherry on top, all the years that Will Smith's goofy ass has been waiting for Hollywood to acknowledge his funky, stupid ass. All the years. Ali, he got passed up for an Oscar. When he played that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, he got passed up for an Oscar. I Am Legend, he got passed up for an Oscar. All that shit. And finally Hollywood throw this nigga a bone and he can't even compose and control himself. How mad can you be about what a dude making a harmless, really politically correct, mild dude? We're not talking about the Chris Rock in his prime. We're talking about a mild joke. I wouldn't even call it mild. It's more like light sauce. A light sauce joke. I mean, when you compare that to the way I'm gonna get on this monkey in Indianapolis, this Kenneth Monkey Thorpe, that's like that's like Diet Coke. Okay? It's not like he said, again, fuck that bald head ugly ass bitch. She looked like the Black Mr. Clean or something. All he said was, I can't wait to see you in the G.I. Jane. I mean, dude. And the woman, y'all don't even respect each other's marriage. This woman has done she's been blown out by other dudes while she's been in a relationship with you, guy. Protecting your family? Really? We ain't even gonna talk about your two kids, Jaden and Willow. Them two little fucked up motherfuckers. No. Well, come on, man. You can't be serious. You can't be serious, dude. You cannot be serious about protecting your damn family. You gonna slap him, but did you slap that sickly motherfucker that fucked your wife? Did she admit it to sleeping with him? Or being with him? Or any of them other dudes that probably done ran through her? Are you going to walk up and slap them too? Jesus Christ. And I'm not even religious, man. Black people just in general are fucking sad. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to get back to my regular routine life. Next time you hear me, well, you know when that's going to be. Unless World War III break out. Or unless some other crazy, unorthodox shit like this that just has to be talked about breaks out, I'm going to get back to my very, very, very busy schedule. And I'll see y'all on the flip side. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you later, guys.